What's up, everybody? This is Keith Mitchell from the Outer Haven Productions, and recently I had a chance to play Techland's game's upcoming zombie apocalypse action adventure title, Dying Light 2. And if you're like me, you've been waiting for this game for a number of years. And the reviews came out today. There's a lot of talk about the game, some positive, some negative, but after looking at a couple reviews and listening to people on Twitter and on Reddit, I think there's a couple things in this game that people truly don't understand or didn't put enough time into it. So I wanted to just talk about a couple of these systems real quick. And that's going to talk about the crafting system, which a lot of people have asked about, the parkour system, and the combat system. So let's talk about combat and parkour. Anytime in Dying Light 2, when you do something like, let's go beat up these guys right here. If you beat up, and I totally missed them, if you beat up a zombie or a thug or something, you start getting experience points. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, there's a red fist that's filling up. As I continue to attack these zombies, I get points. And depending on what I do, I'll get more points or I'll just keep getting minimal points. And eventually, if I stop, it'll just go away. So a good example is if I do a kick, I don't get any experience. But if I'm in the middle of a combo attacking and I do that, the points will go up. See, I got 11 instead of just 1, and I better get away because that guy's gonna blow up. So that's how it works. And as you're doing missions, you'll start accruing more combat points, and eventually you'll get enough points where your screen will go, "Hey, you got enough points to level up," or you'll get a notification that says, "Hey, you've leveled up." Now, that also applies to the parkour system. So let's go somewhere while we can run and jump. And this is actually a section of the game that many people won't see at the beginning because this is one of my end game saves. I've been towards the end of this game and I really enjoy it. All right, so this is good. We got a bunch of cars here. So climb on a truck, and as you see, as I climbed on a truck, I got a little shoe with a wing, right? So as I keep doing this, I'll get points. But if you do more advanced things like jumping around on poles and jumping on ledges and things like that, you'll start getting experience points. And there are certain levels where if you just jump on cars or buildings, I wish I was near a building, or signs or things like that, you'll start getting more points because you're doing more advanced moves. So eventually, when you get enough experience points, we'll call them that, you're able to go into the skill tree system. And as you can see, I still have some points in here. I can add to my combat and I can add to my parkour points. And as you add on, you unlock certain abilities. Like the very first one you get is a high jump, but then you can change over to active jump, which means if you fall from high places, you can do a roll, which also speeds you up as you're falling. And you can just customize your character to how you want it to go. You can just say, hey, I don't want to do anything that requires dashing, which you should because dashing is pretty cool. Or I want to be able to jump onto ledges and have a firmer grip instead of grabbing on sometimes and falling down. You can do anything within that skill tree. Just like the combat, you can say, hey, I want a vault kick. So when you stagger enemy, you can jump over them, hit the guy behind them. You can do grapple, which I really like. When somebody's attacking you, you can grab them and push them away and then set them up for other combos. You can do perfect parries. You can do different things with your weapons, like a windmill, power attack. So you have a pretty vast amount of things you can do with the points. So that's how those two systems break down. And this guy just won't leave me alone, which is good because I can actually show you the windmill, which is really good if you're using a really powerful two-hander and are stuck in the middle of a zombie apocalypse attack. There's also the crafting system, and the crafting system is a bit confusing at times. I definitely will say that. So let's go check that out. So within the crafting system, you have to acquire blueprints. And once you get the blueprint, you're able to use resources you find out in the wild or buy. So things like batteries, cleaning solutions, alcohol, resin, flowers, things like that you get to use, and you use those to make things. So you can make accessories like a gun, which doesn't really do much. Don't waste your time. Bandages, lock picks. Really recommend you invest in lock picking. I didn't do that and I regretted it because there are a lot of hard, very hard chests out in the world that have very valuable things that I couldn't get because my lock picking sucked and they kept breaking and I kept running out of them. So definitely invest in lock picking. It's smart. You can do a consumables, which basically heals you up, regeneration, things like that. You can make ammunition for arrows and stuff like that. You can, there's pretty much a lot of blueprints you can do. But once you have the things, there's also weapon mods, and we'll go into that real quick as well. But once you have the things like a mini booster, I can just craft it. Now I have that. You can also have these upgraded by going to craft masters, and as long as you have the currency, you can have these items upgraded. There's also the weapon upgrade system. So that's actually accessed in the inventory system. So what you do is you go to a weapon. You have to have the blueprint as well. But once you have that, you can modify your weapon. So we'll take this axe, for example. You see how it says unequip, drop, or modify. If you hit Y to modify, you have tip mods, you have shaft mods, and some weapons have grip mods. So, okay, this axe is actually a good one. We'll use this one. So we can modify the tip. I don't really use anything other than flame and spark because they're both fantastic, and if they proc at the same time, it's glorious. I don't have enough scraps for that, so I can't use that. You also have the shaft mods, like I mentioned. I don't have enough scraps either. Wow, I'm out of everything. And then you have grips, which are great because all these mods add different abilities, but they also add the ability to keep your weapon. When I say that, I mean the durability. Every weapon in this game has durability, which is something that people don't like. As you use your weapon and attack, your durability goes down to they're pretty much gone. Now, the good thing about that is, so this axe, for example, if I had the scraps, I could modify it and say, hey, add this flame tip. And as you can see in the tooltip, it says weapon repair, plus 50 durability. And if I went to the shaft, I can also do the same thing. And if I did the grip, I can do the very same thing as well. The downside to this is you can only do it once. At least that's what I found out. I have not been able to go ahead and add a weapon mod to another weapon once I already have it. So this axe is a good example. If I go to this axe and I say, hey, I want to change my tip, I'm not able to do so. I don't think you can take them off. I may be incorrect, but throughout my playthrough of 40-something hours with this game, I have not been able to do so. And you know, it works out for the best. I can't complain. There's more than enough weapons you'll find. You'll find artifact weapons. Let me go back to that real quick. So you'll find artifact weapons, which are yellow. You'll find epic, which are purple. You'll find common, which are common weapons, which are blue. And then you just get your I'm sorry, blue is uncommon, and gray is just common, which we use as to get money and resources. I don't recommend using those because you can't add any weapon mods to them, so they're pretty much useless. But other than that, folks, that's it. The inventory system with the weapon crafting, you have the crafting system itself, where you can go ahead and just make items, and then you have your skills. The only thing I don't like is that you can't add mods to your gear. That would have been nice, but you simply cannot do that. But other than that, the systems are very straightforward. I've seen a lot of people say that they're awkward, they don't make any sense, but they do. And it even shows you, and I'm going back again, what you need to do. And once you start buying these blueprints and you start acquiring resources and adding things, I really wish I had resources. Let me see if I can go find some in the building. And I guess while we're doing that, we could talk about the survivor instinct, which basically is an echo that goes out and looks for things. You can see enemies in buildings. You can see things that are about to kill you. You can see items that you might need, like bags, whatnot. But again, I'm towards the end of the game, so there's not really a lot of stuff that actually you can do. And most times, resources are found within building, and I am way past that. But I am trying. Actually, you know what? Let's kill these guys, because when you kill zombies, obviously they drop goodies. Sometimes money, sometimes resources. They also drop a currency which you need for weapons. They're like I forget what they're actually called. They're like tokens. They're basically, hey, you killed a zombie. Now show us proof that you did it. Oh, you got one. Great. And I was really hoping that one of these guys would drop that. But none of them are dropping the stuff that I want to see. So they're all empty. Killing thugs actually gives you a lot more things. So killing humans it gives you more stuff. Hey, I didn't make the game. It's just how it is. These guys have nothing. These are poor zombies that have nothing on them. Literally nothing. All right, so I can't show you how to actually do it, but I'm assuming by now you get the understanding, you get the gist of it. And that, oh, he had rags, wow. And that is pretty much it. If you have any questions regarding the systems in Dying Light 2, leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to explain them or make another video. If you like the video, please leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't like the video, just tell me why you didn't like it. We're doing more video content here over at theouthaven.net. And, you know, playing games and talking about the games and breaking down the system, it's pretty much what we do, all right? So thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the subscription button, and I'll see you later. Play Dying Light 2 if you really like some fun action games. And again, it does get repetitive, but I did enjoy it. Check out our review at theouthaven.net, and we'll see you next time.